let's get you details of the big story of the day. The Congress leader Rahul Gandhi seems to be on a mission to lament about issues dogging India. Despite drawing a lot of flack from the BJP for maligning India offshore, the MP has once again questioned the suppression of freedom of expression in India. Now, citing the income tax raids on BBC offices in India, Rahul Gandhi alleged that the party in power threatens its critics, often resorting to intimidation, a tactic that also impacts the opposition's ability to voice dissenting views.
Journalists are intimidated, they're attacked, they're threatened, and the journalists who toe the line of the government are rewarded. Right? So it's a part of a pattern, and I wouldn't expect anything different. But if the BBC stops writing against the government, everything will go back to normal. All the cases will disappear. Everything will go back to normal. Right? So this is the new idea of India. The BJP wants India to be silent, to put the voice, our own voice, and also the voice of the people through the normal channels.
Well, in a veiled attack on the continuous anti-India tirade, the Union Law Minister Kiran Rijiju said calibrated attempts were being made to tell the world that Indian democracy and judicial system are in crisis, despite there being no factual basis to those allegations.
That is why I said nobody, no organization, no political party can question the wisdom of the Indian judiciary. No campaign whatsoever with all alternate motives can succeed in defaming India and its democratic setup. We Indians are inherently democratic. That is why we proudly claim that we are the mother of the democracy in the world.
All right, so Rahul Gandhi making such comments abroad, acceptable or not? The BJP says this is an attack on India. The Congress party says that these are issues that are known world over. So why is the BJP objecting to it, especially since the Prime Minister himself has also made such statements abroad? Opening this up, Sanju Verma of the BJP as well as Lokesh Jindal of the Congress joining us. And Sanju Verma, how do you look at the criticism that is coming in? Because every single time Rahul Gandhi speaks, the entire ecosystem hails it. But the BJP says this is an attack on India. The question being, if Rahul Gandhi says something about India, does he not have the right to speak about what's happening in the country?
I just want to lay out a couple of facts very quickly for your audience. Rahul Gandhi has been, spewing venom, and it's nothing more, nothing less, and I'll tell you why. Let's talk about the Pegasus case, which he has raked up in the United Kingdom, saying that, his phone was hacked and tapped into. I want to remind Rahul Gandhi that as recently as August 2022, the then Chief Justice, Mr. N.V. Ramana, is publicly known to have said that when the 29 phones which were supposedly hacked were examined, there was no trace of Pegasus found in those 29 phones, point number one. Point number two, I want to ask Rahul Gandhi, you keep saying democracy khatre mein hai. I will tell you democracy khatre mein kab thi. Democracy was in danger when the First Amendment was passed in 1951, curbing free speech under Rahul Gandhi's great-grandfather Jawaharlal Nehru. Democracy khatre mein tab thi when Indira Gandhi passed the notorious MISA Act and imposed emergency in 1975. Democracy khatre mein tab thi when Indira Gandhi again passed the 42nd Amendment in 1976 to curb the power of judicial review of Indian courts. Democracy khatre mein tab thi when Rajiv Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi's father, turned down the Supreme Court judgment pertaining to Shabano, denying her a measly monthly alimony of 179 rupees. Democracy khatre mein tab thi when Rajiv Gandhi tried to pass the anti-defamation bill in 1988. Thank God that bill never saw the light of the day. Democracy khatre mein tab thi when Manmohan Singh, under the guidance of Sonia Gandhi, tried to pass the communal violence bill, blanketly blaming Hindus in 2013. Thank God the Congress never came back to power in 2014. Democracy khatre mein tab thi when the Congress Chief Minister of Bengal in 1975, Siddharth Shankar Ray, physically threatened journalists that their electricity would be cut off if they dared to write an article against Indira Gandhi.
Okay.
Democracy khatre mein tab thi when B.G. Varghese, the chief editor of Hindustan Times, was sacked by the Congress for writing an article against Sanjay Gandhi.
You're listing out several incidents that happened under the Congress rule, but also Lokesh Jindal, I want to ask you, does Rahul Gandhi believes that what he says in the UK will stay in the UK because of the kind of statements that he has made? Apart from saying that democracy is in danger in the country, he also called Pulwama a car bomb attack. He said that he looked a terrorist in the eye. They came and told him that they were terrorists. He did nothing about it. Apart from that, the Pegasus issue as well. He says that the Pegasus was there in my phone and Intel officials came and told me that my phone is being recorded. Then why not just submit it to the Supreme Court?
Good evening, everybody. Before I answer these questions, I want to bring about certain facts. The number of hours that the parliament functions has declined. We live in a representative form of democracy. If laws won't be formulated by the people's representative, and all the time Article 123 presidential ordinances are being passed, such as farm laws and all, so it is a mockery of democracy. Secondly, over a period of time, the press has been denied to attend the parliamentary sessions. The number of hours the sessions is open has reduced dramatically. Thirdly, there are attempts by the government to curb the independence of judiciary, which is a serious threat to the democratic functioning of the country. And now coming to the manner in which the government has been using institutions such as CBI, ED, we have seen that more than 95% of the cases that have been carried out by CBI, ED and other agencies have been against non-BJP members, have been against opposition parties. Now, these are some of the serious questions that BJP needs to answer. Secondly, if at all, as a leader of opposition, Mr. Rahul Gandhi raises certain questions, bringing the executive responsible to the legislature, he is doing his job. That's what opposition is meant to do. Now, if they do not want opposition to function, if they want only a single party rule, if they want a form of a dictatorial regime, then that is not something that Constitution permits. We are functioning as per the Constitution.
Sanju Verma, time and again, this is said by the Congress party. These are issues that people are facing in the country. We are talking about it in India. What's wrong if we say it on foreign soil? Because that's what is happening in the country and the world knows it. That's the claim that Congress party has been making time and again.
Okay, Lokesh made some pertinent points. And, it's a very interesting debate. He's not heckling me, and for a change, I'm not heckling him. I just want to say a couple of things, Pratibha. First and foremost, when you say that, India is heading towards one-party rule, there's no democracy left, we are heading towards autocracy, you are not belittling Prime Minister Modi. You're actually belittling and making a mockery of the massive mandate that Prime Minister Modi got in 2014 and in 2019. In 2014, 17.6 crore people voted for the BJP and for Prime Minister Modi's leadership. In 2019, 23 crore people voted for BJP under Prime Minister Modi's leadership. So basically, vis-a-vis 2014, in 2019, we saw a 31% jump in the number of people who wanted to put their faith behind Prime Minister Modi. Point number one. Point number two, Rahul Gandhi has all the rights to criticize, but there is a difference between criticizing and openly maligning your country. This man, Rahul Gandhi, goes there and says that BBC pay tax rates isliye hue because BBC writes against the government. So I want to remind Rahul Gandhi that ex-Prime Minister Tony Blair, the current member of parliament from Britain, Bob Blackman, who was, in India a couple of weeks back, and the current Prime Minister of Great Britain, Rishi Sunak, all the three have said one thing. The views of BBC do not represent the views of the government of United Kingdom, and they have also said that the BBC documentary is a hatchet job and a classic case of disgraceful propaganda. These are the words used by Bob Blackman, the MP from Harrow East in the UK. So are you telling me Bob Blackman is a Sanghi? Are you saying Rishi Sunak bhi Sanghi ho gaye? Are you saying Lord Karan Bilimoria, who has praised Prime Minister Modi's leadership, wo bhi Sanghi ho gaye? Are you saying the ex-Prime Minister of Britain, Tony Blair, wo bhi Sanghi ho gaye? Please learn to understand that Rahul Gandhi has lost 5-0. 50 of the 54 elections that the Congress fought, in the last 9 years. Rahul Gandhi is a classic case of naach na jane aangan tedha.
Okay, so I just want to point out this stark irony. I just want to point it out that here in the national capital, as G20 meetings are happening, the world leaders are hailing the Prime Minister. India's diplomacy and democracy is being spoken of in high regard. But at the same time, we have Rahul Gandhi, who is being criticized for making statements against the country. Lokesh Jindal, before I come to you, I just want to speak about the fact that it's not just the Congress party. Just today, the Delhi Chief Minister also asserted that the centre does not use the Enforcement Directorate for any crackdown on corruption, but he claimed that these central agencies are being used to topple elected governments in the opposition ruled states. Listen into his charge.
Can I quickly come on that?
देखिए, इस वक्त देश प्रधानमंत्री जी की जो कार्यशैली है वो ये हो गई है कि देश के अंदर किसी भी राज्य में अगर विपक्ष की बीजेपी के अलावा किसी सरकार होगी तो उस सरकार को काम नहीं करने देंगे। ये बहुत ज़्यादा खतरनाक है। तो सीबीआई और ईडी का इस्तेमाल भ्रष्टाचार के खिलाफ के लिए नहीं कर रहे, सीबीआई और ईडी का इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं चुनी हुई सरकारों को गिराने के लिए और दूसरी विपक्षी पार्टियों को तोड़ने के लिए।
Okay, so all this while the BJP has been saying that this is a case of sour grapes. Sanju Verma, time and again, Rahul Gandhi being accused of being very bitter because the Congress party gets defeated in every election. But this is the Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal. And just today we have opposition parties, 8 of them, writing to the Prime Minister and mounting the attack, saying central agencies are being misused and this is being used to topple the opposition-ruled governments in the state.
Pratibha, let me just tell you that Satinder Jain was arrested on 30th May 2022, and at least on 6 occasions, Satinder Jain has with folded hands approached the Delhi High Court. The Delhi High Court refused to grant him bail. So is Kejriwal saying that the Delhi High Court is not going as per the rule book and following Prime Minister Modi's diktat? In fact, on the 5th of January 2023, the Supreme Court refused to hear Satinder Jain's bail application, saying that the Delhi High Court is competent enough to do the needful. And now Manish Sisodia's CBI custody has also been extended by 2 days. And I just want to ask Arvind Kejriwal, Manish Sisodia has been booked under section 477A, which relates to falsification of accounts. He has been booked under section 120B, which relates to cheating and criminal conspiracy. He has been arrested under section 7 and 9 of the Prevention of Corruption Act. These are serious charges. There are also charges of money laundering under the PMLA Act of 2002 against Manish Sisodia. Is Manish Sisodia equal to Bhagat Singh? क्या मनीष सिसोदिया को भारत रत्न मिलना चाहिए? Because that is what Kejriwal wants. Listen, Kejriwal is not a serious politician. Okay. Nobody believes Kejriwal any longer.
Okay, but the opposition has always been saying, what about the leaders who then joined the BJP? Are they whitewashed completely? I'm sure this is what, yes, Lokesh Jindal, go ahead.
There are charges against Shivraj Singh Chauhan's government midday meal scam. In Karnataka recently, MLA legislator's son has been caught red-handed with bribery. Karnataka's corruption has been blown open when one of the BJP corporator himself committed suicide because a minister was demanding bribe. The point is, if you are serious against corruption, then why do you give a clean chit to those states which are under you, which are being under BJP government? Your governors are very active whenever they are acting in opposition-ruled states like Tamil Nadu. Previously it was Maharashtra, Jharkhand. But when it comes to BJP-ruled state, there are double standards. Then your governor does not exist. CBI doesn't know. IT and all. I mean, all BJP leaders are completely the most cleanest politicians altogether. And secondly, when you're talking about EIU democratic index, India's rank has fallen to 53rd. India is being termed as a flawed democracy. With respect to press freedom index, our rank has dwindled badly. On all fronts, whether it comes to democratic institutions, their functioning, representation, and the manner in which minorities are being treated, we are being criticized world over.
Okay, we're being criticized world over. Minorities under attack, democracy under attack. Very quickly, Ms. Sanju Verma.
I'm glad Lokesh brought up these points. Let me tell you, when the Prime Minister says, na khaunga, na khane dunga, it is not just a mere slogan or a platitude or a homily. Remember that last year when K. Ishwarappa, who was the Panchayati Raj minister, there was an accusation that he was responsible for the death of a contractor, Santosh Patil. We ensured that K. Ishwarappa resigned. Unlike Rahul Gandhi, who's out on bail in the National Heron scam, unlike Sonia Gandhi, who's out on bail in the National Heron scam, unlike Robert Vadra, who's out on bail in the land grabbing case, unlike P. Chidambaram, who's out on bail in the INX media scam, all these leaders are still glorified under the Congress dispensation. BJP asked K. Ishwarappa to resign. That is the difference between Congress and BJP. आप अभी भी राहुल गांधी की आरती उतारते हो. If we find that a minister or a leader is guilty, we ask him to throw in the towel and hang up his boots, because there's no tolerance for corruption as far as Prime Minister
zero tolerance for corruption from the government, but the debate on whether Rahul Gandhi is wrong when he mentions, these statements against the country abroad, his tirade against the country, is it an anti-India statement? Is he sullying the image of India abroad or not? But of course, the debate will continue on both sides. Sanju Verma and Lokesh Jindal, thank you for joining us. Unfortunately, we're running out of time. Slipping into a quick break here. We'll be right back.